Now, everyday stories make the news, but what's the news story when the worthy angle is not served to you? Simple, it's no longer news, it's just a story. I'm sure you know by now that here on Joy News we bring you comprehensive news packages. But then again comes the issue of time, which makes it difficult to bring you all the various bits of the story. So how do reporters craft their story? What do they see that inspires them to write? On this program, we invade the minds of the reporter and in their mind's eye, see the story from their perspective. I'm glad I have your attention. This is the maiden edition of Reporter's Angle, and you on the other side are welcome. My name is Kemini Nyamani Amano. Let's have a swell time invading the mind of a Joy News reporter. Simmering tensions at the newly created Ablekuma West constituency. At the center of the controversy are two firebrand women aspirants from the NPP and the NDC, Asla Owusu and Victoria Hammer, respectively.
Child's play. And being a member of parliament isn't about histrionics and drama. It is serious business.
I do not have a personal problem with her. But Ms. Asla Owusu has been very unfair towards the process of the elections. She's gone all out to insult me.
Our reporter Emmanuel Ante, who visited the constituency, says both women seem to be embroiled in a catfight. At a recent CDD parliamentary debate in the constituency, they eyed each other, they tapped their feet and indeed made faces. Let's watch this clip and Emmanuel Ante will join us for further discussion.
NPP parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma West constituency, Asla Owusu, complained that her billboards and posters have been destroyed. She called a press conference to state her position.
The reason why I am pointing the finger at the NDC was that during the meeting with the police divisional commander, before Victoria Hammer stormed out, she threatened that she could destroy all my billboards and render me invisible in the community. We all heard it. So if something like this has happened, I lay it squarely at her footsteps.
But the NDC candidate, Victoria Hammer, insisted she was not responsible.
That is a complete lie. It is a way to give attention to herself. We are rightly informed that it's an orchestrated plan to create a sense of all die be die in Ablekuma West, which is not the case. So they had a meeting in which Asla Owusu herself was in that meeting when this whole diabolic act was decided upon.
Tension had already been brewing between the two, and it was evident when CDD organized a parliamentary debate in the constituency. Before the debate began, Victoria Hammer had a protest.
We've been here earlier, but I had a concern, and I had a protest towards my participation in this debate. I do appreciate this platform. The NDC respects the CDD, but we have a concern with a particular candidate, the candidate of the NPP, Madam Asla Owusu.
Yeah, Madam Hammer, if we can just take that out.
Yes.
Just introduce yourself, tell us your plan for your constituency, and then we go on.
I'm doing that.
Protest waived. The program commenced in earnest. But tension was seething between the two throughout the debate. Candidates did not make eye contact, but rather made faces anytime the other spoke.
One touch victory comes December 7.
Even basic medication like anti-malarials.
Feet were tapping.
In this constituency. Thank you.
It was apparent that the two were waiting for the debate to end. Time for closing statement. But just watch this.
The largest youth group organization in this country.
Victoria seemed to be blocking the face of Asla during her closing. On purpose or unplanned? No handshakes, battle lines drawn. I managed to grab some quick reactions.
I do not have a personal problem with her. But Ms. Asla Owusu has been very unfair towards the process of the elections. She's gone all out to insult me. It's important that because my followers and the constituency are very worried, so it's important to put that on record. that we are very not happy with the way she runs politics in Ablekuma West. There must be some decency in our politics, and that's what the people want. So, Ms. Oscar-Lewis, an advice to you. Try to be civil and decent. Stop using foul languages. A woman of 48 years old with experience, being in the civil society organization and all that, you must know better. Thank you very much.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no problem with anybody. I'm focused completely on my campaign, and it is going very well. Maybe the knockout blow she's experiencing on the campaign trail, because almost universally the people of Ablekuma West have decided to go with Oscar-Lewis, are what she has a problem with. With all due respect, I am not mad. We put up those billboards at great cost. It is only a mad person or an idiot, and I am neither, who will spend money and then go around and destroy their own property. This is not child's play. And being a member of parliament isn't about histrionics and drama. It is serious business.
Victoria Hammer dances for her constituency.
I have many things going through my head now, but I'm just going to hold it and then I invite Emmanuel Anta here with me. And really, I would want us to discuss what went into writing the story, because I realized a lot of things went on. So tell us how you went about writing the story.
Well, it was a bit difficult in the first place, because you don't know where to start from. There were so many accusations here and there, and so you couldn't really know where to start from. But we had to start from somewhere, and we did.
Considering the seeming tension, I mean, both women say, I don't have a problem with the other, but they come up with so many other allegations. Considering the kind of tension between these two women, do you think they were listening to each other at all during the debate?
Well, I can tell you the tension was so high. It was very high. Just imagine your opponent, just before the beginning of the show, decided to boycott the show, and then in the middle of the show, she walks in,
really, and
majestically walking in. And you know, Vic has a way of attracting the attention to herself, and she did that.
I do know that for sure. She's done a few here in her studio. She's walked off set whilst talking to Ursula. But then my attention has been drawn to some other clips from the same debates in Dansoman in the Ablekuma West constituency. Let's take a look at that. We'll come back to you as to how you managed to write the story.
I'm Ninoy, born on June 4th, 1979, and I aspire this very position within my party, the advisory board members of Center for Democratic Development, that is CDD Ghana, member of organization of coalition of democratic election observers. Our education standard and attainment is very low nowadays, and it's unfortunate. That has been delayed and recklessly of disbursement of funds and equipment throughout the schools during the past 29 years within this constituency. My main objective is to provide provision of suitable infrastructure facilities, such as rehabilitation of existing infrastructures. Second, provision of water and toilet facilities where there is not exist. Consideration that whether this free or compulsory should be well monitored. Secondly,
the problem of health challenge in our community is like there is a problem of maybe a problem of a health problem that fight against us. I will educate the people in the community so that they will not always be, putting things like domestic waste you see, within the community. At times, it is very bad. You see, when you do that, when the people started doing such things, you know, it breeded, you know, mosquitoes.
There is a saying that what belongs to everybody belongs to one. Excuse me, sir. What belongs to everybody belongs to no one. My main objective of, if voted as an MP for Ablekuma West constituency, is to broaden the knowledge of the youth in principles of good governance.
I'm sorry, but who are these two?
To be frank with you, the one who spoke just a moment ago is from the PNC,
right?
And he was irrigating all the way through. And the other one is also from the NDP. And for him, one problem he had was he'll be asked a question and then he'll be answering another question, which was so hilarious. And then he'll be asking, answering the question, and then he'll be saying, "Oh, please, Mpacho Mami time."
Now, as a reporter, you described them as were there some. Why?
Because you can't just imagine how personalities like that are going to represent you in Parliament. What at all are they going to discuss there? I mean, it was so hilarious. I struggled to hold myself back. At a point, I had to get out of the auditorium, go outside there, release all the laughter, came back in there, and even the candidates themselves couldn't hold back.
Right, and that's for even you, the reporter. I can't imagine what the audience had to do in the auditorium.
In fact, it was so hilarious that even the moderators had a huge problem controlling the audience, because it was so hilarious. You couldn't hold back.
But in your script, you mentioned that Victoria, even though you didn't know if it was on purpose or it was unplanned, blocked Esla while she had the platform with her behind. Tell me about that. Did she really do that?
Oh, of course she did. And you know, when she came onto the platform, whilst everybody was sitting down answering the questions, she always prefers standing and walking about the stage to answer the questions. And in a way, I didn't know whether it was a planned thing or it was something that just came to mind. I mean, she was just blocking her all the way, and you could see the fuming of Esla. I mean, she couldn't hold back. She, at a point, if the microphone were to be closer to her, you would have heard the chuckles here and there. Choo-cha, 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 you know.
While these women were doing that, the people who had come there to listen and watch them, what were their reactions?
In fact, all they were thinking, or all that I heard others say was, this is a woman's thing. I mean, these things come between women. I mean, when they are fighting for one thing or the other, you see these things happening here and there. And so all they thought was, you know, and at a point they were distracted in a way, because the other wanted to listen to what the corner is saying. The other also wanted to listen to what her corner was saying.
How did you feel about it as a reporter? You go to a place and things like this. People we should look up to behave in ways like this. How did you feel as a reporter?
Well, at a point I felt embarrassed. In a way, I was a bit embarrassed, because I was just saying to myself, these people are supposed to be representing us in Parliament, to be drafting laws and all that for us.
Right.
So if the young ones who are supposed to be looking up to them to give us something good, and they are doing this way, what probably I may ask, what advice are they going to give to the other kids?
Right. Thank you very much for letting us into your space. But the political season is tense. Perhaps we need moments like this to lighten up the season. Now, I see some balance there. Two women tearing at each other and two men basically lightening at the moment. Can't wait to be here tomorrow, same time. But I leave you with something to munch on.
Because this is a struggle for survival. It's a struggle for survival. And then struggle for survival actually will come to an end in December. Helter Skelter looking for even one round meal a day.